The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Pembroke is playing very well right now. Coach Shane Richardson has always done a great job. They're scoring points. They're throwing the football, running the football very well. They've got explosion on offense. That running back and the quarterback are both being very productive for them. I think they're a much improved football team from where they were a year ago. They've been in games, had chances to win, maybe one or two that they lost. Right up to the end, we're in it. So we've got our hands full on Saturday.
You talk about being much improved. They've already matched their win total from last year and the year before. What do you sense is different about them that has led to that improvement?
Well, I think they're playing with much more confidence right now. And it goes back to, I think they're very explosive on offense. They're a balanced football team from what you see. And again, they've got running backs that are hitting it downhill. There's no stutter in there in the hole. They're ripping it, and they're getting upfield on you in a hurry. And the quarterback is a much improved player at his position. He's getting the ball to the right people at the right time and being very productive.
Last week you talked about wanting a 4-yard mentality to win first downs and only average 9.8 yards a carry on first down. What's your area of emphasis to improve on this week?
Well, I think our emphasis stays the same. We keep improving on who we are. All right, we keep improving on who we are, what we're about. We're about first down, making sure whether it's run or pass that we have that mentality, that we keep the chains in our favor. I think our kids see that we're a work in progress right now. We're not where we want to get to. We're improved. I think we're improved mentality-wise. I think we're improved physicality-wise. And we know that we have to play at that level all the time, except for one interception. Took great care of the football last week. We had 3 turnovers on defense, which is something we'd been missing. So we've got to understand that, hey, it's 1 week at a time. That's not a cliche. It is 1 week at a time. We're only going to get somebody's best shot all of those weeks that we have left. And we need to enjoy the journey or the process. We need to enjoy it. This is college football. It's a special time in their life. This is a time that memories are made and all those kind of things, and they need to enjoy the journey. Have a good time playing. Yes, it's important that you win. Yes, it's important that you produce, but make sure you're enjoying that time.
Antonio Wimbush had his fewest touches in a game since he got hurt against St. Augustine's his true junior year. How proud are you of other guys around him stepping up when teams are taking him out of the equation in the triple option?
Well, I don't think anybody took him out of the equation. I think you got to wonder about my sanity for not getting him the ball more. But I think our other kids came in and were very explosive and productive, and it got to a point that, that would have been a great time to get him out of it and let him rest. And there's going to be other times where he's going to have to get 50 snaps a game. And let me tell you something about that young man. He had 37 snaps, and he graded out 37 snaps. He graded out 100%. That's a football player, all right? So he was perfect in his execution. And most people that understand, it's hard to get that done in football.
You look defensively at UNC Pembroke. What sticks out to you about that side of the ball?
I think the same as on their offensive side. They're playing hard. They're playing with an intensity. They're playing with a confidence level right now, and they've got, I think, 4 or 5 starters back, 3 or 4 backups back in there. But those kids, Shane talked about it a year ago that they were in a growing process, and those kids are matured and they're a year older in most cases right there. So they're a very, very tough bunch to play against.
When you look at your team through 3 games, what's been maybe a pleasant surprise or something that you really like about where your team's at after 3 games?
Well, I think, Michael, we spoke last week about Saturday was the first game of 2019, so we started that season off right. I think our kids rallied last Saturday and responded well. I think we did not let some circumstances that took place in that game affect us. We had some adversity there early. We overcame that. We talked about a point of making sure we handled halftime right, and after halftime right, we came out, got the football, drove it for a touchdown. Our defense held them in 6 or 7 snaps, I think, got the ball back and scored again. And that's how you start off the second half. You know, we started off the first half, and we got things going in there. All right, we got things going, but we had to struggle a little bit, I guess. Not maybe struggle, but, you know, figure out some things, and we knew that was going to happen. So, but our kids responded well. I like the way they responded. I like the way how hard they play. I like the way that they're playing together.
When you look at special teams, something we haven't necessarily talked about, Nate Kraft, I feel like, has done a really nice job. What have you seen from him? Oh,
goodness, he's been everything and more than we hoped he would be. Gosh, he punted. He only punted 3 times. I told him yesterday he was going to have to pay for his pregame meal. That wasn't enough. So he punted 3 times, but he averaged 41 yards. He's kicking the ball off. Majority of them are in the end zone for touchbacks. We pushed that field goal, which we can't do. You know, we just pushed it a little bit and missed the field goal, which would have been great. But Nate's been a great addition to our football team.
We talked about the offensive line week 1, how a lot of those guys weren't healthy through training camp and whatnot. Do you feel like they're starting to find their groove now here after about a month outside of camp?
I think so. And you still got they're getting healthier. All right, they are getting healthier, and I think we've reestablished who we are, what we expect to get done, and how we expect to get it done. And that's a position that you got to play hard every snap. That's a position that you got to play with confidence because you've repped everything you're going to do multiple times, and no matter how somebody lines up in a game, that's how it is. You're going to make an adjustment here and there and be ready to make that adjustment. But it was great to see them come out, have that kind of success, and also have some kids come in there that were backups and play and get considerable playing time and be productive.
How proud are you of a guy like Jordan Seal out of that mix to make the move from center to right guard now? Carson-Newman Football with him at right guard.
Well, and very much so, and he's you know, a different total position, limited time in learning it. He had no reps in fall camp at all. You know, same thing with Philip McDowell as far as the number of reps. And then to make a decision, got to put you at guard for this game, got to put you back at center for this game, now put you at guard, and let's stay with it because we feel like he's got healthy enough. Those 2 guys are going to be special.
He kind of touched on it earlier with the amount of depth that you have at running back. Well, we've talked about the depth that you have at receiver as well. What would you say the psyche is like of your skill guys in terms of the fact that there are games where they might not get as many touches as they want, but other guys are being successful.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what we hope we are, what we say we are, okay? And any football team that's going to be successful, there's got to be that part about I know what I want to do, but I know how to be unselfish about that because the good of the football team is what counts. You want to touch everybody with enough deals. But sometimes there's not enough balls that go around. And the bottom line is, you know, you got to do what you have to do to win a football game. And when you really get down to it, that is the most important thing. And, yes, you want to highlight this one and highlight that one, and you want this one to get this many. But the most important thing for the good and the good of the football team is that you go out for the win.
UNC Pembroke, you mentioned Josh Jones at quarterback. What has he added to his skill set to take his game to a level where he's a little more dangerous?
I think mainly it's his confidence. I think he has his confidence has grown. I think he has the ability. I also think the running back helps him with a running attack. That's kept a lot of pressure off of him. That young man's been outstanding. He's got receivers that are stepping up, you know, that type of deal. So he's playing with a different level of confidence.
It's Breast Cancer Awareness Week here for Carson-Newman. What does that mean? That, again, you reach out to breast cancer awareness, probably see some players wearing pink throughout the week.
Well, we've got, we've had several kids on our team that have been touched by that with their families. There's not many kids on this program that's somewhere in their family or a friend somewhere that's not been touched with breast cancer, and they understand. They understand the fight that's on to work for cures. To come in last week and talk about, coach for the cure of muscular dystrophy, and come in and have Breast Cancer Awareness Week. We've got all kinds of things that go on in this world, but when it gets right down to it, it gets down to what are you doing to make it better, all right? And that's one of the things that we're proud to be associated with.